Hi Kylie, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Music has always had cinematic powers, a certain something to trigger the imagination. And which are the main issues working with movie soundtracks and then confronting with someone else's imagination?
Oh, you mean with the director and the other?
Yeah, in this case.
Yeah, I mean that's challenging sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, making film music is challenging anyway because the music is kind of more of a background thing, you know, but it has to, you know, enhance the sort of emotional content. But then you can't get in the way of the dialogue sometimes. So you're kind of like looking to find your way in the right place, you know, in the film. So that's the biggest challenge with film music. And then sometimes the director may hear something different in his head than what you think is the right thing. So you have to kind of sell him on what your idea is. So and then you have to make, you have to sort of figure out between the two of you which is the best way. But it's fun. I enjoy it. You know, it's totally very, very different than doing jazz. You know, it's different. Jazz is sort of more all about freedom, and film music is a lot of like, you know, figuring out and editing things and trial and error sometimes.
And you had the chance to meet central figures of jazz history. You said once that they influenced you. How?
Well, I grew up near Monterey, on the Monterey Peninsula, and my parents have been going to the jazz festival there since my father was there for the very first one in 1958. So my parents go, you know, every year. And they started to bring me when I was in like 1977, I think. So I think that's what got me interested in wanting to learn how to play music is not just hearing records around the house, you know, which, you know, they were listening to jazz around the house, but was hearing jazz live, you know, got me interested to want to learn how to play music.
You played and spent your career in both sides of the Atlantic Ocean. Could we say definitely that one of the two is your favorite now? No, I don't think so.
I mean, I like both, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think playing some of the best jazz festivals and best places to play, I think, are in Europe, you know. Italy's got great festivals and it's a beautiful country, and France has great festivals, and, you know, I play in London, in Spain, and all over. So I think Europe probably has more opportunity to play jazz, I think, than in the United States. But I mean, I like, you know, it's nice to go back. My United States, my family all still lives in California, so and it's nice to go back and spend some time there, and then come and see beautiful places in Europe and play for great audiences.
One word, one music. Your CD In Transit is including your interpretation of one Italian movie soundtrack. Which are the movie soundtrack authors you like better?
Well, Ennio Morricone is one of my favorites, definitely. I don't know, Henry Mancini is great. John Williams, of course, is great. You know, Hans Zimmer does some great music. You know, I've worked with him years ago, and who else? Jerry Goldsmith was one of my favorites. I know there's so many of them, you know. I grew up watching a lot of movies, you know, as you can probably imagine. So I learned a lot listening to a lot of film composers and a lot of that music. And, but I mean, I like all kinds of music. You know. It's all of it influences me.
And about jazz in particular, has deeply rooted history. Are there excerpts of this history that are more intriguing, interesting for you?
Which parts are more interesting? I mean, I don't know. I like in jazz. I think some of my favorite sort of era is around the like 50s and early 60s. You know, had some amazing musicians around that time, and amazing. Some of my favorite records are from this time. So yeah, I think, you know, from about 55 to 1965 was good 10 years in jazz. Some of my favorite music's from then. But I mean, I love music from the big band music. You know, I grew up hearing a lot of big band music from my parents. You know, from the 30s and 40s. You know, so man, I like all of it really. But I think around this time, you know, the Blue Note sort of era and Art Blakey and you know, and then some of Miles Davis's music from this time is some of my favorites.
Which are your main current projects, Kylie?
Well, I'm touring right now with my band from, we're still playing the music from In Transit, but then I'm going in the studio to do a new album of film music. We're going to do jazz interpretations of film scores. So we're going to record that in June, so I guess November it comes out.
Thank you very much, Kylie.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.